The greatest 10 engines of all time. Engines had changed the world since the first internal combustion engine was introduced in 1872, and it was a revolutionary invention at that time. Today we will list the greatest engines of history that were produced by the top automotive manufacturers around the globe. The last engine has an output horsepower of over 1500. Number 1. Mazda 13B Rotary. Felix Heinrich Wankel was a German mechanical engineer and inventor of the Wankel rotary engine, after whom the Wankel engine was named. The Mazda 13B is the most widely produced rotary engine. It served as the foundation for all later Mazda Wankel engines and was manufactured for more than 30 years. The 13B was available in the United States from 1974 to 1978, after which it was discontinued from sedans, but continued in the RX-7 GSL SE. It was then used in the RX-7 FC, in a naturally aspirated or turbocharged form, and then in the RX-7 FD, in a twin-turbocharged form. The output horsepower of the engine ranges between 255 and 280. Number 2. Chrysler Hemi 426. In 1964, the hemispherical head concept was restored. These were the first engines to feature the Hemi name, which Chrysler had trademarked. The Chrysler Hemi 426 is a 7-liter engine. Due to their comparatively high cost, and the sheer size of the engine bay needed to fit it in, only 11,000 Hemi engines were eventually manufactured for consumer sale. Because of its high power, heavyweight, and massive physical dimensions, the 426 Hemi was called the elephant engine at the time. The output horsepower of the engine was up to 425. Number 3. Porsche Flat 6. A 6-cylinder piston engine with 3 cylinders on each side of a central crankshaft is known as a Flat 6 engine. The Flat 6 configuration has many benefits, including better engine balance, a low center of gravity, short length, and suitability for air cooling. The Flat 6 engine is often associated with the Porsche 911, a rear-engine sports car which has used Flat 6 engines exclusively since 1963. Other Porsche models that use Flat 6 engines are the 1970 to 1972 Porsche 914-6, the 1986 to 1993 Porsche 959, and the 1996 to 2021 Porsche Boxster Cayman. The output horsepower of the engine was up to 400. Number 4. Nissan RB. The RB engine is a Nissan Oversquare 2 to 3 liter, straight 6, 4-stroke gasoline engine that was built from 1985 to 2004 and reintroduced after a 15-year halt in 2019. A cast iron block and belt-driven cams are standard on all RB engines. This engine has powered the Nissan Skyline family, including the R31, R32, R33, and the R34. It was also used to power the Holden Commodore VL. Yes, a Holden car, that's right. The output horsepower of the engine ranges between 93 and 493. Number 5. Holden V8 308. The Holden 308 is an overhead valve V8 engine developed by the Australian General Motors subsidiary Holden between 1969 and 1985. It is part of the Holden V8 engine family. The engine weighed 238 kilograms, making it lighter than comparable US engines. The engine's net output was excellent, with 240 brake horsepower at 4,000 RPM, and 315 feet-pound of torque at 3,000 RPM. It had a 9:1 compression ratio, and quadrajet carburetors with 4 barrels. Number 6. Toyota JZ engine. The Toyota JZ engine family consists of a group of inline-6 engines. From 1990 to 2007, the 2.5-liter 1JZ version was produced. It was last sold in the Mark II Blit wagon and Crown Athlete. Since 1991, Toyota Aristo has produced with the 3-liter 2JZ engine. The output horsepower of the engine ranges between 170 and 320. Number 7. Ferrari Flat V12. From 1973 to 1996, Ferrari manufactured a series of 180 degrees V12D OHC petrol engines, known as the Flat 12 engine family. This engine, which introduced with the 365 GT4BB, was based on the Flat 12 race engines used in the 312B and 312PB, but it had the same displacement, bore, stroke, rods, and pistons as the Type 025 160 degrees V12 Colombo engine that powered the Daytona. The output horsepower of the engine ranges between 339 and 430. Number 8. Volkswagen VR6. V6 piston engines with a narrow angle between cylinder banks and a single cylinder head that covers both banks of cylinders are known as VR6 engines. The first VR6 engine was launched by the Volkswagen Group in 1991, and VR6 engines are still in use today. In comparison to a standard V6, the engine's width was reduced due to the 15 degrees angle between the two cylinder banks. As a result, the VR6 engine fits more easily into an engine bay that was built for a four-cylinder engine. The output horsepower of the engine ranges between 172 and 178. Number 9. Subaru Boxer. For more than 50 years, the Subaru Boxer engine, which powers every Subaru vehicle, has been praised for its superior balance, smoothness, and power delivery. This horizontally opposed model has a low center of gravity, contributing to more balanced handling, flatter cornering, and increased stability on any road. It's also a sleek, smooth, and responsive system that delivers full performance by feeding power directly to the drivetrain. Subaru has a wide variety of these engines to accommodate a wide range of drivers and driving modes, including 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder, naturally aspirated and turbocharged. The output horsepower of the engine was up to 268. Number 10. Bugatti W16. A 16-cylinder piston engine with 4 banks of 4 cylinders in W arrangement is known as W16 engine. W16 engines are rare, with the exception of the Volkswagen Group 8.0 WR16 engine, which has been used in the Bugatti Veyron, Bugatti Chiron, and similar models since 2005. This engine has an 8-liter displacement and 4 turbochargers. At 7,000 RPM, the most powerful model of this engine, used in the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus, produces 1,578 horsepower. Have you owned any of these engines before? And if you have one engine to add to this list, what would it be?